Hello everyone, welcome back to the Python for Blender tutorial series. We are in the last part of the tutorial series, and in this part we are going to take a look at how to create UI for our operator, and we'll also see how to export and publish the add-on. So if you see here, this is the add-on that we have created in the lecture 2. So since we are not having any UI now, we need to call the operator from the console window, and we know how to do this. Yes, using the ID name. Yes, we are getting the output here. Okay, the operator is working perfectly. Now let's create a simple user interface that will sit under the properties panel. The UI is going to have a single button and a text. So let me give some space here. If you recall from the previous lecture, we saw that we need to create a separate class for our user interface. So I'm creating a class here and I'm giving a name to it. So this class should behave like bpy.types.panel. Okay, so we need to pass it here. Similar to the execute function that we have inside the operator class, here we need to create a function inside this UI class with a name called draw. Okay, so we need to pass self and context to this also. So if you don't know why we are passing this self and context, I recommend you to take some Python courses, or else you can take my Python for Blender Udemy tutorial series. I'll share you the link in description. Okay, first, so now what we need a layout. So let's define a layout. We need a row, so we are going to get the row from the layout. So row is equal to layout.row. Now we are going to create a label here. So row.label with a text value of something. So here you can see that we are registering the operator class. Similar to this, we also need to register the UI class. Okay, now we need to add few descriptions and metadetails that describes the user interface. Okay, so first one, bl_label. I'm just going to copy and paste the label here. So this is the title value for our user interface. Okay, so the next one is bl_id name. So we can give an identifier value here. Next is bl_space type. Here we need to mention where we want to show this UI. So we already decided that we are going to show this in the properties panel. So type properties here. Next one is bl_region_type. So we are going to show this in the window region. Okay. Next is bl_context, which is equal to scene. This actually refers to the tab inside which we want to create the user interface. Okay, let me run the script and show you. Okay, and you can see here the user interface is under the scenes tab, which is under the properties panel. Let me change it to something else, maybe world. Okay, and you can see here it is moved to the world tab. Let me change it back to the scenes tab. Okay, now we need to create a button that calls the operator. We know that how to do this, so we are going to use row.operator. So this is the operator that we are going to call. So just copy and paste the ID name property inside this. Okay, so let's run the script. Nice, we got a button here. Let's click on that. Perfect, so we got the result. I can even move this button to a separate row. We can ask the layout for a new row, say row 1 is equal to layout.row, then change the row to row 1 here. Okay, let's run this. Okay, it is perfect. We are getting the output as expected. So let me just quickly recall what we have done so far. So we have created a user interface for our operator. So for that we need a class for our operator and we need a class for our user interface. Then we registered both the class to Blender. We can do one more thing here. We can move this registration instruction into a separate function. Now whenever we are going to call this register function, it's going to register both the class. Okay, so this ensures that only when the register function is called, both the classes will be registered. Simply running the script won't register these classes. Okay, similarly I'm also going to copy and paste it here and rename it to UnRegister. Okay, change it here also. So why we are doing this? Actually, this is used when we don't want our add-on to be a part of Blender. That is when we want to deactivate or when we want to remove the add-on. We expect this unregistration operation to be performed. Okay, finally, we need to add a conditional statement here. if underscore underscore name underscore underscore equal to main. Okay, we'll call this register function inside this conditional statement. Okay, let me run this. Oh, there are some errors. Oh yes, we need to change it to double equal to. Perfect. So what is this underscore underscore name equal to underscore underscore main stuff? Actually, this underscore underscore name underscore underscore is a special reserved keyword. Python sets the value of this keyword as main if the particular script is acting as a main file. Else, the value of the name will be equal to the name of the module. I think you don't need to know about all these stuff. If you're really interested in knowing all these little things in detail, I'd recommend you to take some Python course, or you can take my Python for Blender Udemy tutorial series. Okay, so now we need to save this and export this add-on. Let's first go and take a look at few add-ons that we have in Blender. So go to Edit Preferences, then go to Add-ons tab. Here you can see we are having a lot of add-ons, and just click on any of the add-on that you want. I'm going to search for my PBRify add-on. This add-on helps to create PBR materials in a single click. So I'll share you the link in description. If you want, you can also go and download this add-on. You can see that we are having few details here. It's giving information about this add-on. So we are having description, author, version, and few buttons like documentation and issue tracker. Okay, let me enable this add-on, and here you can see we have the add-on here. So we need to exactly add all these features to our add-on. Let me move this. I'm just adding comment here saying that it is giving some information about this add-on. Now we need to create a JSON-like dictionary, and we need to feed data into this dictionary. And we need to add the following things: name, author, description, version, location, category, support links, and finally Blender target version. Let's go and fill this. The version can take up to 3 values. Then location. This is not the location where the author is living. This location refers to the place where the user can find this add-on. In this case, it is under the properties and inside the scene tab. So we can type something like this. Then we have this category here. It refers to the domain. I mean, for example, if our add-on is going to do something with material, we can give the domain, we can give the category as material. Or if the add-on is going to do something with mesh or object, we can give the category as object, like that. So in this case, I'm just going to give scene. I don't know why, but just this will do. Okay. Here the support refers to whether this add-on is officially released by Blender or released by someone from the open source community, or it can be under testing. Let me show you this thing. Here in the add-ons tab, you can see we are having 3 buttons: official, community, and testing. Let me go and search for the add-on that I created, PBRify, and you can see it is here. And currently I am under the community tab. So if I switch to testing or official, it won't show anything. So this is what we are giving there. Hope this makes sense. Okay, I'm going to give community here. And finally, the version of Blender this add-on targets. Okay, let's clean this a little bit and let's run the script. Oops. Okay, I didn't notice this. I forgot to add the quotations. Okay, perfect. And we need to change one more thing here. This community should be in uppercase. Great. So let's save the script. And let me open new Blender instance. Let's search and load the add-on. Awesome. Okay, so we got our add-on here, and you can see that we are having all the information here, and we can enable this add-on. Great, it's here. Just click on the button. Nice, everything works perfectly. So this is great. So we have successfully developed an add-on using Python, and we know how to use Blender's BPOE module and what are operators, and we also saw what are the different types of UI that we have in Blender and how to create user interfaces for our add-ons. So thank you so much for watching this tutorial series. Don't forget, guys, if you really enjoy these videos, please do like, share them, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the very next tutorial series. Goodbye.